Welcome back to Studio 701.
We love to learn all about animals, big and small, on this show. And for our critter conversations, we're talking about how to be a good pet parent. Cameo Skager from Central Dakota Humane Society joins us now. Thank you for joining us, Cameo.
Hi.
Morning, Cameo.
Hi. Now, you brought a friend with you today. Who did you bring?
I brought my friend Willis.
Willis.
Yes, he's one of the critters at the shelter right now.
All right, Willis. Well, hello there, Willis. Oh, he doesn't talk. Okay. So, Cameo, can you just start off by telling us a little about the Central Dakota Humane Society?
Sure. We're an animal shelter and rescue and adoption center. We're about 2.5 miles north of Mandan, and we take in all kinds of animals, and we get them healthy. We give them food and warm beds and medical care and love, and we have great volunteers that walk and socialize all of our animals, and then we find them new forever homes.
Oh, everybody loves a good forever home.
And how many animals do you have at the shelter, and what do you do at the shelter?
I'm the communications person, and right now we have about 35 dogs and probably 75 cats, but kitten season is right around the corner, so that number is going to grow by leaps and bounds soon.
Oh, yes.
Oh, wow.
I can only imagine. And I mean, that kind of brings us into, February is National Spay and Neuter Awareness Month. So how are you encouraging people to make sure that they get their pets spayed or neutered?
Right. February is that month because springtime is on the way, and springtime is, notably kitten and puppy season. And so we have funding at the Central Dakota Humane Society that provides for $40 coupons that people can get to help reduce the cost of a spay or neuter surgery. So they make sure that they're altering their pets and that those pets aren't reproducing, because really that is one of the main problems in our area and probably all across the country, is that people get pets and then they don't spay or neuter them, and then oops, there's a litter of kittens and a litter of puppies, and they're cute and they're great, but then it's just too much, and then all the rescue organizations are overwhelmed. There's just not enough homes for all the critters that come from not spaying and neutering.
Yes, and there's also many health benefits, correct, to spay and neutering? Can you talk a little bit about some of those?
Absolutely. Get your male pets spayed, or I'm sorry, neutered, and they won't roam. They're not as aggressive. There's some cancers that would be reduced, and for a female pet being spayed, their issues with cancers are greatly reduced. They don't go into heat. You don't have to deal with all that. So there's lots of health benefits, and it's well worth the money to get them spayed or neutered to reduce those health issues with the pets.
Cameo, what is the overall cost to have an animal spayed or neutered?
I can't really give you a number because each vet clinic has their own pricing structure, and they're all different. So, I mean, there's quite a range actually in the area. Okay. So if people are interested, I suggest they call a veterinarian, set up an appointment, or, ask what the price is to set up their appointments.
And if somebody wants to pick up one of the $40 coupons that you guys are offering, can they give you a call? Do you email those? Do they need to stop by the Humane Society physically?
Yes, they should give us a call. We get some information, we fill out the coupon, and then once we have the coupon ready for them, they can stop in and pick it up, or they could send a self-addressed stamped envelope. But we do need to talk to them first. There is information on our website at www.cdhs.net under the spay and neuter link. So if they want to see what vet clinics accept the coupons, they can go look on our website.
Now, you mentioned, obviously, springtime, there's a lot more animals that are born. Do you guys see an increase at the Central Dakota Humane Society with pets coming in and animals coming in?
Well, absolutely, especially the kittens. Last year was an exceptionally bad year for all the rescues. There just were so many kittens, and there were so many sickly ones. And, kittens are so cute, but when you see one come in and their eyes are matted shut and they're infected, or they have a broken limb from getting hit by a car, or one of the rescues recently had one brought in that had a bullet in it. I mean, it's something we just all are responsible for taking care of and making sure that pets are loved and cared for and not just left to roam.
And now we're taking a look at Mr. Willis here.
Yeah.
Did you mention Willis is up for adoption currently? Somebody can adopt him if they'd like?
Actually, when I picked Willis to bring with me, that was on Wednesday when he became available for adoption. And as you can imagine, by his cuteness. He already has a good handful of people that have already put in applications for him.
Okay.
So I would venture a guess that he's going to be going home probably by next week.
I was going to say, yeah, we needed to clarify that because our phone's probably ringing off the hook.
What can you tell us about Willis? What's he like? Does he have a favorite treat?
You know, he's not a big treat guy. I haven't responded to treats very much, but he is a little bit cautious around new people. We've noticed since we've been in the studio that he doesn't like the men as much, but he is a Shih Tzu Bichon cross, about 3 years old. He had a little issue in the house he was in because he nipped at a child, and I think just from what I've seen of him, when you get him ramped up and get him playing, then he thinks he's playing, and I think that's where the nip came in. I don't think it was meant to be mean. He just thought he was playing. So.
And now we all said the first thing when he came in, we said, "What you talking about, Willis? How often do you get that?"
We've heard it a bit. He doesn't understand what that means. So.
Can we get a close up on Willis's beautiful face one more time?
Oh, look at Willis. There he goes. He is so cute. Well, Cameo, thank you so much for joining us here today and talking to us a little bit about the spaying and neutering process and encouraging folks to do that.
You bet. Thank you so much for having us.
This has been Critter Conversations. For more information about the Central Dakota Humane Society, you can check out cdhs.net.
And coming up next,